Sports. Welcome. Welcome to our Wednesday night coverage of the... And we've got a moment to look at the rebounding trend over the last few months for Nikola Vucevic.
In the last couple of months, the rebounding totals have taken a bit of a dive for him. Let's see if he can refocus and put more effort on the glass.
And the starting group for Chicago. We've got Zach Collins, Josh Giddey out there with ball. Then it's Smith. And it's Williams in at the 3. And for Charlotte, it's Miller and Bridges teaming up at the forward spots. LaMelo Ball is out there with Josh Okogie. And it's Williams in at the center position. And so it's Williams with it. He brings it up for the Chicago Bulls. Well, the last time the Bulls won a playoff series was back in 2015, Grant.
That was back when Butler and Rose were their leading scorers. And that just shows you just how long it's been. But they've been stuck in mediocrity ever since. And right now, they are desperate for a breakthrough season.
Here's Ball. Hangs and misses.
Uh-oh. Did he change his mind on the way up? I think he did.
And Ball gets it to go. Ball's got 5 points.
Crafty move to shake off the defender. Ball knew just what he was doing there.
Ball against Ball. Pass to Miller. Bridges, a screen on Williams. The 3 from Ball. After missing his first attempt, now 1 for 2.
And Ball makes the intelligent play, using the tried and true pick and roll to create an opening.
Ball passes to Collins. There's the triple. There's the drive. Shot clock at 6. Smith finds Collins. Knocks down the triple.
They've come out strong, 3 of their first 4 to start the game.
And around 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation there on the defense. And this is his first trip to the line tonight. And he shows the focus there. Nails the tee. Year after year, this early portion of the season is characterized by a great deal of overreaction, Grant.
The media and fans build up a lot of expectations in the offseason. And it's not that bad, but when those expectations aren't met, watch out. Listen, we all just need to settle down and see how things play out. The season is still very young.
Chicago has gone 2 for 3 from outside the arc. Here's Williams. Up top, Collins. Takes a step back. Out to the right wing. From the arc. And the rebound goes to Charlotte. They faced off right here last time they met, but the home club just couldn't pull out the win.
Last game, their starting lineup struggled to stay on the floor. It just put too much pressure on the bench.
Expect to see them being much more careful tonight because of that. Maybe being a little less aggressive.
Smith with a screen on Bridges. Ball passes to Williams. He's off on the layup. The Hornets have gone 2 of 6 to open up this game.
Oh, yes. 2 loud points from Miller, making his presence felt.
Ball left side. Outside Giddey. 4-3. Nails it from 3.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Bridges, a screen on Ball. Bridges outside. The three is up. Ball with the rebound. Chicago leading by 3. Here's Collins. And then it's Collins with the dunk.
Great teamwork on that drive, punctuated by a strong finish.
Yeah, that's nice execution, running with purpose and creating an easy scoring opportunity off the break.
Yeah, the instant LaMelo sees the opening, he's moving the ball. He jumps at the chance to feed a wide open guy.
Smith against Williams. Outside Giddey. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. Giddey's got 5 now.
And sometimes defenders just forget how tall Giddey is. I mean, the 6'8" guard is solid finishing inside.
Pass to Williams. Back to Ball. 32 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Williams' shot is good.
Yeah, what a creative player in these pick and rolls. Ball takes pleasure dicing up defenses like this.
Here's Ball. The kick out to Williams. Outside Giddey. Williams a screen on Miller. That's good from Giddey on the assist from Williams. Giddey's got his 3rd basket on the night right there. Pass to Miller. From deep. Knocks down the long J.
Obviously, this guy has a talent for scoring, able to problem solve for whatever the defense tosses at him.
Sets out of bounds. Last touch by Bridges.
And they barely get to retain possession. Many times, that's a turnover.
Here's Collins. And that's not going to go. Plenty of offense in this closely contested first quarter of play. And some good action in the books as we get back to a game that's been pretty close so far here. And before we move on, what do you think about what we've seen here from the Bulls tonight?
Well, their offense is clicking so far, capturing the momentum here early on.
Credit the game plan coming in. They've identified some weaknesses, and they are exploiting them.
And so in the game for the Bulls, Zach Collins out there with Williams. Then it's Josh Giddey. Then it's Ball. And it's Smith in at the 5, roaming the paint. The 3 from Ball. Collins with the rebound. Chicago leading by 4. Pass to Giddey. Back to Ball. On the clock. No good that time. And here's Miller. He'll bring it up for the Hornets. When this game is done, they'll be off to Toronto, taking on the Raptors. It'll be the start of a 3-game trip on the road.
Oh, my! That's why we had those breakaway rims.
Dude, he risked pulling the whole thing down to the floor right there. Outside Giddey to the left wing. The 3, Smith. They grab their own miss. And it's good. Fought through contact, hit the shot, and will go to the line. Chicago shooting their first free throw attempt on the night.
At the line for the Bulls.
And that one misses. Well, Grant, we know non-shooting big men can clog the paint, but if they know where to move off the ball, that certainly helps.
Yeah, you know, big men who know those circle actions, like flashing to the open spot when their man gives help, they often end up with easy looks inside.
Ball, and Ball throws it down.
There is no doubt that Ball brings his flight gear to the arena. The man has a little bit of bounce on it.
Ball outside. Miller outside. 3-pointer. It's good. And the assist that time from Ball. Miller's got 10.
He can really stroke it from deep. You have to keep better tabs on him.
Ball, a screen on Miller. Giddey into the lane. He gets it in there. And the Bulls lead by 3.
We've seen that more than once today. An effortless basket inside.
And there's the call on Lonzo Ball. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Ooh, stolen by Smith. And a fast break now for the Bulls. He goes up. Williams grabs the board.
That's just a bucket. Look, you expect him to make. It's tough when you miss them.
Pass to Bridges. And it's Bridges with the jam.
I just love the aggressive finish.
I'm thinking he's sending a strong message with that jam. Ball into the lane. Left side, Williams. And here's Smith. Williams defending. Collins with a screen on Williams. Here's Smith. The shot off that time. Nice D from Bridges. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
LaMelo Ball is such an instinctive playmaker. Talking about his approach, he said, I'm just making it up. I see someone, I throw it, whatever comes to mind. Brian, the way he sees the game makes him box office attraction.
I like it. It's that new school flair with a game that harkens back to some of the greats. He's special to watch, Allie. Down low, Giddey. Oh, he remains perfect. 7 for 7, showing no signs of letting up.
His efficiency has been a big factor in helping them capture this lead.
Up top, Ball. Pounded by Ball. Williams a screen on Ball. Ball passes to Miller. 6 to shoot. Ball in the paint.
He's looking much more confident here in the second quarter as far as his scoring goes.
Collins against Bridges. Outside Giddey. And Josh Giddey is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul.
And great job to establish position and square up.
Ellis is checked in for Chicago.
Number 14, Matas.
Charlotte's gone 3 of 6 from deep so far. Miller a screen on Ball. Pass to Miller. The 3. Yes, sir. And it's Paul with the assist that time. Ball's got his 4th assist in this one. Here's Williams. And he's in the books. Now 1 for 2.
Such a good facilitator. Ball has nice touch on that pass.
Miller with it. Guarded now by Williams. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
It's like he's doing pull-ups on the rim.
Looked like a schoolyard playground right there. Here's Bridges. And it's Bridges with the jam.
Can you say immediate entry into the highlight reel? Woo, what a tough PA.
It's showtime now, man. They've built up the lead, and they're starting to rub it in.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
And you can feel the jolt of energy that he sent through his team. That is a huge boost in a tight game like this.
Williams' shot is good.
Hard work pays off with a rebound and a bucket. That's just great fundamentals.
Ball taking his time here. Misses the layup. And so that brings the first half to a close. Charlotte on top, up 6. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
Make some noise and get ready for the fan half-court shot. Please direct your attention.
Thanks.
I've seen more stops in All-Star games. What do they call the guys? Oh, yeah, Matador defense. They're just letting scorers go by.
Olé! All right, fellas. Let's now take a look at what's to come on the upcoming schedule.
Taking a look here at Chicago.
Glad you could join us.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, this second half could turn out to be a great one, as both teams trying to gain an edge. You gotta like what we're seeing from Brandon Miller.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
If they don't change their approach in the second half, let's just say his success will continue.
Josh Green out there with Williams. Then there's Trey Mann. Then it's Smith. And it's Nurkic in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's the group out there for Charlotte. Well, Richard, during his 5th year in the NBA, Kobe White had a breakout season.
Doubling his numbers, BA, averaging around 20 points and 5 assists per game. Kobe's always been a great defensive player, but it's his offensive production that has really improved. A quality pass, setting up a quality shot, it's just textbook basketball.
And he's got his first opportunity at the line here tonight. RJ, when you talk about Vucevic, is he the best NBA player ever to come from Switzerland?
There is an argument to be made. He has the most points by any Swiss-born player by far and the only All-Star game appearances.
Count that bucket. And the Hornets lead by 5.
And clearly he needs no time to warm up.
White with it, and it's Mann picking him up. Pass to Horton Tucker. The kick out to White. Nails it from beyond the arc.
Ooh, can't ask for a cleaner look than that, and he'll make you pay.
Outside man. Drives to the hoop. The kick out to Williams. Here's Smith. Wide open look. Good. He hits the jumper. Smith's gotten his first basket of the night.
Yeah, great idea there. He set Smith up and let him knock him down.
90 seconds into the second half now. Back to Vucevic. And Vucevic slams it in.
And although he's undersized at his position, his vertical, yeah, that'll clean up a few mistakes.
Williams with the screen. Fires for 3. It's hauled in by White. And White has got the ball here for the Chicago Bulls. They'll be hosting Miami for their next game. That'll be the first of 2 games on their home court.
Okay now, Rook. Oh, zealous. Showing he can finish with some power.
Williams, a screen on White. Man, the pass to Williams. No good from outside. The Bulls have gotten 4 of their first 5 shots to go since the break. Here's Buzelis. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. Buzelis has got 4 points now in the quarter. Now here's Mann. He's guarded by White. Boy, that foul looked intentional. Not exactly what you'd expect here.
Yeah, I know. It just doesn't make sense given the situation. You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
Williams, a screen on White. Mann, the pass to Williams. Back to Mann. Takes the 3. Drains the triple. Mann's got his second bucket on the night. Here in the second half, these teams still neck and neck.
I really like how each team is matching the other's intensity.
White against Green. DeSumo outside. Back to White. Over Green. And the rebound goes to Charlotte. And he commits the intentional foul.
Kobe White. First personal foul. Second team foul.
Charlotte has gone only 1 of 3 from deep here in the third. Outside, Williams. Outside man. And it's going to be a goaltending call here, so they will count the bucket. And in a game this close, they're going to challenge the call. Coach does not agree with it, and he wants...
The play is under video review under NBA rules. The officials will have 2 minutes to review the play.
Many of these personal foul calls still disputed even after the video review.
There's no doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls. But at least we have the option to take a second look, so the officials can be sure they get it right. And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he still peeved.
Yeah, keep it going! Give yourself a round of applause!
A little under 3.5 minutes off the clock now in the third quarter. They set the pick. White drives in. Here's Buzelis. Lays it up and banks it in. Buzelis has got 6 points in the quarter.
They have no answer defensively inside.
And you look at Matas Buzelis. Size, touch, feel for the game too, Grant.
Oh, B.A., he's a connector. We all love seeing those offenses where the ball doesn't stick. He's a guy who'll keep things moving.
Just 5 to shoot. His man. The shot that time not on target. Good defense by DeSumo. Here's Buzelis. Oh, Nurkic with the block.
And that's what Nurkic gives you defensively. Good positioning, and he understands the angles.
White with a screen on Smith. Here's DeSumo. Oh, a nice one-handed slam right there.
Back to the basics, unleashing the one-hand flush.
Boy, he makes the basics look pretty outstanding, though, huh?
That's true.
Outside, Williams. Outside man. Back to Williams. The offensive rebound. Outside man. 6 on the shot clock. Second chance shot. And it's good on the lay-in. Man's got 10.
This quarter has been all his. I suggest they keep the ball in his hands.
And that one drops for him.
I'm not sure why they aren't going to him more. He's scoring the ball so well.
That one no good. It's a tie game in Charlotte. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports right after this. Head coach Billy Donovan is mic'd up along the side.
Hold your ground. Don't let him back your way in. Just hold your ground. The other thing, too, is once he picks the ball...
Well, this has been a great contest so far. I imagine the fourth quarter could have more action in store for us. On the court for the Bulls, getting the fourth quarter going. They've got Lonzo Ball, Zach Collins out there with Jalen Smith, and it's Williams, and it's Giddey in at the 2-guard spot.
And there's the athletic grace of LaMelo Ball. Oh,
timeout. And timeout is called by Billy Donovan. He was quite emphatic, demanding. The timeout, clearly wanting to address strategy with his team. Ellis checked in for Williams. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with. Allie LaForce.
Hey guys, Billy Donovan was just reviewing the plan with his team. He really emphasized rim protection. He said to his guys, I want us to cut down on the easy looks inside. No more of that. It's a simple ask that could have a big impact.
Good job there, Allie. Thanks. Ball against ball. Smith outside. Giddey passes to Ball. And there's the call on Lonzo Ball. That'll be a second foul of the game.
And that is an absolute heartbreaker of a turnover. In a close game like this, that might be enough to impact how it ends.
Miller, a screen on Ball. Ball finds Miller. Back to Ball. Beyond the arc. The putback. Controls the rebound and the putback. And the Hornets lead by 4.
Man, where's the effort on the defensive end? You gotta play harder than that.
Yeah, these teams have kind of decided to fight this battle on scoring alone. There's not that much intensity on defense.
You know, from the 2020 bubble to late 2021, Zach Collins didn't play a single game. He missed over a year, Richard.
Yeah, underwent ankle surgery, missing a ton of games. Despite that, Zach's come back stronger, really improving all aspects of his game.
And the basket by Bridges.
His energy is unmatched.
And all of a sudden, that man was just on the other end. Wow.
Yeah, how about Giddey tonight? Scoring the ball, such a different matchup. I don't know who they can throw at him right now.
Miller outside. Hits the rim on the way in, and the bucket is good.
They're going at it on offense. Neither team backing down.
Man, this has been a fun one. Who doesn't love a high-scoring game?
Yeah, look at Giddey stealing the spotlight. What a jam.
And he lobs it up.
Woo! I just love that alley-oop slam.
Defense disorganized. Defense pays. Ball with it. Guarded now by Williams. Here's Smith. Williams grabs the board. Williams has got his 7th rebound here tonight. Ball outside. Pass to Bridges. And Williams gets the bucket on the assist from Bridges. And now it's a 7-point Charlotte lead. Three-pointer, Buzelis knocks it down from distance. Buzelis has got 9 points here in the second half.
And that's a promising shot for Buzelis.
Here's Miller. And they waste no time getting those 3 points back. And the Hornets lead by 7.
And that three-pointer is big. Cancels out the triple at the other end and helps stretch out their lead.
Collins with a screen on Ball. Kicks it out to Collins. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. And here's Miller. He'll bring it up for Charlotte. 7-point game. Biggest lead so far. Second chance effort. There's Ball with a 3. A 3-ball from LaMelo.
The young fella. Ball getting more and more comfortable from the corners.
Ball passes to Smith. Over to the wing. Back to Giddey. The 3. Williams grabs the board. It's tipped. Charlotte leading by 10. Good chance here for Ball. 1:36 left to play in the fourth quarter. Up top, Miller. Fires from deep. Chicago with a rebound. Left side, Giddey. And he drains another one. He's now 10 of 11 from the field.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
The Bulls trail by 8 from behind the arc. Hits the trifecta. Giddey's got 24.
When his team needs him, Giddey steps up. Love to see a guy with that kind of fire.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Ball against Ball. Miller a screen on Ball. And Ball gets it to go.
Yeah, inside Ball has to rely on his agility. That's how he finds his way to close-range looks.
There's 42 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Sweet little floater. And it's a 9-point Charlotte lead.
And guys, that's got to be the dagger. This is how you finish a game.
And it felt like they just flipped the switch to go on that run and seal the game. Saving their best basketball for the end. Always smart.
Here's Ball. And the bucket is good.
The defense leaves an opening and Ball exploits it. I mean, he can be so sudden.
Collins against Bridges. Now Ball. And Ball throws it down. Here's Buzelis. And so it's the Hornets taking care of business in this one. A competitive game. You have to feel like this crowd gave him a little extra edge.
Chance now to take a look at some of the steal numbers over the scope of the last few months for Josh Green.
I feel like he hasn't been paying as much attention to the defensive aspect of the game as he needs to. His steals have dropped over the past few months, and he needs to get back some of that fire on D.
Let's take a look at our starters for Sacramento. DeRozan and Murray slot in at the small and power forward. Zach LaVine is out there with Ellis. And it's Valanciunas in at the center, filling out the middle. And for the Hornets, up at forward, it's Miller and Bridges. Then it's Mark Williams. Then it's Ball, and it's Okogie in at the 2. And so it's the Kings getting on the board first. Here's Ball, out to Miller. This one for 3. Rebounded by Valanciunas. And so Ellis will bring it up for Sacramento. Between rebounding, interior scoring, and he shoots the 3. There's a lot to like about Jonas Valanciunas.
Yeah, Valanciunas has done a really good job of growing his game, Kevin, in today's game. I mean, the modern NBA, to have shooting bigs. JV has stepped out and proves that he can hit shots from the top of the key, but it's still that grinding, tough, physical play that you want on a nightly basis, and he gives it to you.
Pass to Okogie. Ball surveying the defense. Bangs on the trifecta. Ball's got 5.
And we knew LaMelo was talented coming into the league. What we didn't quite know was how much of an impact he would make in terms of controlling the flow of the game.
Hits it from three-point range.
Well, you can see it's a matter of pride out there for these guys.
Not always the best scenario, but in this game, pride takes over. You score on me, I'm going to come back and score on you.
And Ball slams it in.
And there's that athleticism. Man, does Ball get up fast for that one.
Outside, LaVine. And the 3 off target. Last game for the Kings, they picked up the W against the Detroit Pistons. Okogie misses. LaVine with it. To the inside. Here's Valanciunas. And the dunk by Valanciunas.
It's not going to be a soft finish when Valanciunas gets inside. Count on him going up strong.
Ball against Ellis. Now here is Miller. Defense is right there. Just 5 to shoot. Shoots the 3. Good on the 3-point shot. Here on opening day. And what a great day it is. Greg, what are these players feeling as they tip off this new season?
It is always exciting to start a new season. Players are just filled with hope and optimism, especially after putting in all that offseason work.
Now, here's Ball. 7 points in the game. Drops in the tray.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowed.
Ball against Ellis. With the drive. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Caught up with Coach Charles Lee. I asked him what plan he had, if any, for Zach LaVine. He said, my focus is making sure he doesn't get any easy shots. We have to contest every attempt. It's about mitigating the damage, not preventing it. So it looks like he'll settle for just making LaVine work as hard as possible. Guys?
Thank you, David.
And that's where Jonas is going to do most of his damage. Down low, playing physical, and knocking guys around.
Miller with a screen on Ellis. Stolen by Ellis. To the middle. Here's Murray. And it's Murray with the jam.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And we say it time and time again, so I'll repeat it. Have to be careful with the ball, or this is what happens.
And so it's Charlotte with it. The Kings getting the bucket. There's the lob to Bridges. Outside, Ball. 5 to shoot. The kick out to Williams. For three, Bridges knocks down the three ball.
Those are starting to add up, guys. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 have been tripled.
Outside, Levine. Right wing. Valanciunas finds DeRozan. Screen by Valanciunas. Shot on the wing. And again, it's Sacramento converting.
That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court.
Here's Ball. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. LaMelo Ball getting it done for Charlotte. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. Let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for Charlotte.
Well, they haven't wasted any time getting into a groove from deep, putting up and hitting a healthy amount of three-pointers thus far.
Let's make sure that that selfish nerve doesn't get tapped, because right now there's great ball movement. They're setting each other up. Let's see if that maintains.
On the court for the Kings as the second quarter gets underway. DeRozan and Murray slot in at the small and power forward. Ellis is out there with Zach LaVine. And it's Valanciunas in at the 5, roaming the paint. And it's Valanciunas finishing it off.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
Execution with pace. That's a bad turnover that simply was telegraphed.
One thing about LaMelo Ball, he can really take over at times, Greg, when he's healthy and playing well.
And a lot of that is just his feel for the game. He processes quickly and then has the talent to execute. It's pretty hard to stop him when he's in the flow.
Yes, that goes in.
And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
And so it's Ball who brings the ball up for the Charlotte Hornets. They're looking for a little bit of redemption in this one after the loss to them here last time.
Yeah, you could see they were pressing in that one, and the shooting percentages dipped because of it.
I'll say anytime you're having trouble getting over that 40% field goal mark, it's probably not going to be your night. Making the easy shots and the tough shots. He's on top of his game.
Ellis with him. Williams picks him up.
Okay, a chance to check out the numbers for Miller. Last season's performance for him averaged 17 points a game, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. And he's also a bit of a stopper defensively. They put him in, and their defense really tightens up.
This is his specialty. He sits on the bench, he gauges what's happening offensively, and he comes in and sticks the opponent's top scorer to freeze him out.
And LaVine plays defense really with a chip on his shoulder. He's heard all the critics who get on him about his D, and he wants to prove them wrong.
Williams. Oh, he misses the dunk.
Well, you can tell right there he just wanted to go for the jam, but the defense too good and distracting.
Valanciunas sets a screen for DeRozan. Pass to Valanciunas. And again, it's Sacramento converting.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Miller with the ball. It's good. The assist that time from Ball. 7 points from Brandon Miller.
And he loves that area. Miller can cause a lot of headaches for a defense with his ability from the mid-range.
Here's Ellis. Ball with the rebound. Charlotte has gone 4-6 from outside the arc tonight. Now about 3 minutes gone in the second quarter of basketball. Shots good by Miller.
Loves hitting those threes, especially off movement. It makes Miller so tough to defend.
Well, the Kings went from 3 seed in 2023 to out of the playoffs completely for it last season.
Well, it speaks to how competitive the Western Conference was. You know, you got to realize, Kevin, Sacramento won just 2 less games than they did after that magical run in 2023. West was just better, so the Kings got to fill some holes, find some pieces, and hopefully have some guys improve upon what they did last season.
And so it's Charlotte with it after the three-pointer from Zach LaVine. Back to Williams. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
1:16 left here in the second. Valanciunas dishes to Levine. 5 on the clock. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. Levine's got 5 points in the quarter.
And good job by Levine fighting for that position.
Ball with it, outguarded by Murray. And there's the foul. It's on Miles Bridges. That's his first foul.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
Nurkic checked in for the Hornets. The Kings have gotten all but one of their 7 shots in the second quarter to drop. Pretty impressive. Ellis surveying the D. Up and in for the basket. Number 4. That makes him 4 for 5 now.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Miller with a screen on Ellis. Ball kicks to Miller. We got 28 seconds left now here in the second. And Miller throws it down hard.
And what an incredible talent Miller is. What a ferocious finish there.
Bean passes to Valanciunas. Valanciunas sets a screen for Levine. 6 to shoot. No good from Valanciunas. Miller outside. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. It's Charlotte leading by just 2. All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow. Right here on 2K Sports.
You know, I love what they're doing, being patient on offense, getting high percentage looks, keep feeding the beast.
Yes. And looking ahead. And that is it for halftime, folks.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Man, we're seeing a tremendous game from LaMelo Ball.
And, you know, I don't think he'll top the assist charts this year, but early on he's done a great job of keeping the ball hopping around.
You can get into a passing rhythm, and so far all of his have been on point.
We've got Yusuf Nurkic. Josh Green is out there with Trey Mann. Then there's Grant Williams. And it's Diabate in a power forward position. So that's the group out there for Charlotte. For the lead. And the rebound by Nurkic. Charlotte's gone 5 of 9 when they put up a 3-point shot tonight. And finished off by Nurkic.
And Nurkic around there, big and right on top of the cylinder.
Monk against Green. And then Monk with the dunk.
So impressive, the fortitude, the will to battle back, but it did take a lot of energy to get in.
Well, they didn't really have a choice at the position that they were. They had to fight hard. They've gotten that. They've outworked the other team, just fighting tonight.
Hey, Brent, you spent a bunch of your career as a scoring guard off the bench. A lot like Malik Monk.
Well, not quite like Malik Monk, but this guy has been unbelievable. The way that he changes the pace of a game with scoring, it reminds me of a younger version of Jamal Crawford, who obviously won 3 Six-Man of the Year titles. This guy is so explosive and so confident. He has leaned into the role of being a difference maker as a 6-man.
And the league giving a bit more leeway, GA, to defenders. As a hard-nosed defender yourself, I'm sure you like that change.
Oh, I do. I mean, we all love the intensity of playoff basketball. So why not bring a certain level of physicality to the regular season?
Here's Mann. Monk defending. Outside Williams. It's stolen by Monk. Here we go, one-on-one. And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. Pass to Sabonis. And he converts the layup. Sabonis has got the lead up to 3 now for the Kings.
And not wasting any time here, kicking their offense right back into gear. That's 3 of 4 from the field.
From deep, Williams. Rebound by the Kings.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Miles a screen on Green.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
First personal foul, third team foul.
A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Monk outside. Shot clock at 5. The Kings need to get off a shot here in the dunk pylon.
And it's great to watch Monk share the ball. He's a more than capable passer when his mind is right.
Here's Mann. Off target from 3-point range. Kings leading now by 5. And man, is this team on a roll right now offensively, Greg. So fun to watch.
They're playing with so much confidence, which is why they're tearing it up on this end.
And timeout is called by Charles Lee. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over.
Here to see the stats for Green, how he performed last season. He put up about 8 points a game last season, 3 rebounds and 2 assists. And he's a nice scoring threat in their second unit, a guy who provides instant offense.
And he has really settled into this role. For some guys, maybe him, they'd rather come off the bench and do their damage. This is what he does, find space on the perimeter and then sink the 3.
Monk dishes to Crowder. Back to Monk. Sabonis sets the pick for Monk. The kick out to Sabonis. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Hornets trail by 5. Outside Williams. Driving the lane. Monk grabs the board. Sacramento's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Lays it up off the glass. Monk's got 10 points in just the second half.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Pass to LaRavia. It's stolen by Green. Oh, and here we go. Green's got it, the fast break chance. Here's Williams. Second chance shot. Here's Diabate. Fires the 3. Count that one. The Sacramento lead has been cut down now to just 4 in the basket from Williams.
That's one of the best three-point shooters. You got to try to scramble the Jets right here and get that guy off the sweet spot.
And that's a foul called on Josh Green. That's foul number 2 for him.
4th team foul. Substitution on the court.
For 3, Levine gets it to go from beyond the arc. Levine's got 10 points.
Levine with that high-arching shot from the corner.
Here's Ball going inside.
And your point guard's got to be the catalyst. Great job getting to the 10.
Well, Greg, he knows when they need a lift.
Did you see how much air he had under him? Wow.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Knocks it loose. It's stolen by Valanciunas. Oh, he really broke up that transition opportunity. Looks like it'll be a transition take foul. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
How about last season? Made about 79% of his attempts, so those are really quality numbers.
Here's Levine. DeRozan for 3. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And that's it for the third quarter, both teams. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as as a pass-first guy playing out of the two-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or two when he needs to.
Even though the position is called shooting guard, passing part of your responsibilities in today's game.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. And a look at the 5 for the Kings to start the 4th. DeRozan and Murray slot in at the small and power forward. Ellis is out there with Levine, and it's Valanciunas in at the 5. And that one's good, Ellis.
Terrific feed from Valanciunas, a big man scanning the deck.
And here is Ball. Here's the 3. Levine with the rebound. About a minute played here in the 4th quarter. Pass to Valanciunas. It's Ellis on the wing. Just 5 to shoot. Valanciunas with a screen on Miller. Ellis, the pass to Valanciunas. Here's Bridges. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
First personal foul.
Just good at drawing fouls. Bridges plays well in traffic and through the contact.
Miles Bridges.
And he sinks the second. Kings leading now by 5. Ellis outside. About a minute and a half into the 4th quarter now. Charlotte's gotten a positive outcome on 7 of their 14 three-pointers in this game. Not bad at all. Here's Ball. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. Ball's got 21.
And we've come to expect big things from LaMelo offensively. He loves to attack you on that end.
Pass to Okogie to tie it up. It's good. The assist that time from Ball. Okogie's got it all tied up now for the Hornets. Valanciunas with a screen on Ball. Ellis against Ball. Ellis outside. Inside. Here's Valanciunas. Again, the miss by the Kings.
Shot didn't fall, but that play worked well to get a good look at the basket.
Yeah, an efficient offensive possession. They found the look that they wanted, just didn't go in.
Miller finds Ball. Good from the moment it left his hand. That makes him 10 for 14.
And that is a big-time basket. LaMelo entered the league at 19 with such high expectations. This young man Ball is used to the spotlight.
Valanciunas sets a screen for Ellis. Kick out to Levine. Stolen. And timeout is called by Charles Lee. It's a chance for them to regroup and refocus. And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Hey guys, during the break, listened in with Charles Lee and his team. Now with the game in the balance, coach told his team to play loose. Don't overthink it. We got this far playing our game and we can win the same way. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you, David. Valanciunas sets a screen for Levine to stop the drought for the 3. And there's Valanciunas on the assist by Levine. Levine's got 4 assists now tonight. Ball against Ellis. Miller with a screen on Ellis. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on DeMar DeRozan. That's his first foul.
Second team foul.
There's 1:26 left in the game. Miller against DeRozan. And Miller throws it down hard.
Already, Miller showing he has no problem in the big moments. How about the gut from that young man?
Levine deciding where to go with it. Pass to Valanciunas. Outside DeRozan. Clock at 6. At the elbow, it's Levine. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Outside, Levine. From deep.
Excellent defense. Okogie taking pride in being a nuisance on this end.
Remember that one. Guys, a difference maker.
I'm wondering, is that the biggest shot of the game?
And the call will be against LaMelo Ball. That's his first foul.
Well, after committing a turnover like that, you're just praying the game doesn't come down to the last possession. You'll remember that one.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And I think we'll see them burn the clock a bit here.
Yeah, smart move. Big basket there. We've seen Levine blossom into a star in this league, a guy teams count on in big moments.
And there's the call on Mark Williams. That's foul number 2 for him.
Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
Outside, Levine. Pass to Valanciunas. Outside, Levine. Back to Valanciunas. The wide open look here for DeRozan. Off target with that shot. And so it's Sacramento who scraped by with the win. They break the heart. All right, David, thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Brett Berry, Greg Anthony.
The NBA live on 2K. What's not to love about opening day, Grant? Every team with an equal chance to do something special.
Oh, B.A., that's the way these teams look at it. Regardless how your previous season went, you have a chance to do something special, something great. Time to start fresh and build on that optimism.
Now let's take a look at the Kings' opening lineup. DeRozan and Murray in at the forward spots. Then there's Jonas Valanciunas. Then there's Zach LaVine, and it's Ellis in at the point.
Oh, man, exploding to the rim.
Yep, makes the simple play. Ball surveys the floor. The ball's knocked loose. Ooh, stolen by Murray. Back come the Kings in transition. Pass to Ellis. Valanciunas with it. Clock at 6. Oh, they get a hand on it. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
Bulls ball.
First quarter of play, a minute in. You know, Stan, for a team with such a proud history, the last decade has been a tough one for the Bulls.
Yeah, Brian, it really has. They've had competitive teams, but they haven't won a full playoff series since 2014. And for such a dedicated and passionate fan base, that's been really difficult for them, let alone the front office and people that want to turn this thing around as quickly as they can.
Here's Ellis, covered by Smith. There's the three. They get it again. Outside for LaVine. Yes, and it's Murray picking up the assist.
You can't forget about LaVine from deep.
Chicago with the ball. Nothing up yet on the scoreboard for them. They traveled to Sacramento last time they faced the Kings. Came away with a win.
And I'll tell you, that was not an easy environment to play in. It was a hostile crowd on the road, but it didn't bother them at all.
Give a lot of credit to this coaching staff for preparing them for that kind of environment. They went in and just executed their game plan.
Valanciunas can't get it to go. Chicago has gone 0 for 2 from outside. Giddey. It's rebounded by LaVine. Sacramento has gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. And there's the foul. It'll go on Zach Collins.
Personal foul.
That's his first foul.
Team foul.
Now, if you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Ball against LaVine. Valanciunas with a screen on ball. Here's LaVine. Murray finds Valanciunas. Here's LaVine. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Puts up a 3. Another shot. And Valanciunas puts it in.
And Valanciunas takes up a lot of real estate, which helps him snag offensive rebounds.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Hey, Brian, one nickname you hear for DeMar DeRozan is the lone mid-ranger. He said you can operate freely in the mid-range. It's like an ocean out there. If you're smart, you can take advantage of the space and pick teams apart. Brian?
He's an expert tactician working in between. Thanks, Allie. Here's Ellis. The 3 is up. That one misses. He's 1 for 3. Now here's Giddey. Guarded closely. Gets a second attempt to go. Now he's 1 for 2.
And sometimes defenders just forget how tall Giddey is. I mean, the 6'8" guard is solid finishing inside.
Here's Ellis. Giddey defends. Puts up a deep 3. And so far in this one, 2 for 4.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
Here's Collins. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
First personal foul.
It's on Keegan Murray.
Yeah, you never want to let shots at the rim go uncontested.
After undergoing 3 ankle surgeries in 10 months in 2020 and 2021, Coach Zach Collins has bounced back amazingly.
He really has, Brian. And the injuries have really been the only problem for Zach Collins. He's got size, skill, and toughness. This guy is a very effective player when he's healthy.
His story is inspirational.
It is indeed.
The Bulls trail by 4. And here's Ball. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. And that was good.
And I like the mix of power and agility Ball uses inside. One way or another, he's going to get a shot.
Valanciunas with a screen on Giddey. Ellis, good.
Scoring well this quarter, picking up steam as he goes.
The Bulls have gone 3 of 6 from the floor. Smith into the lane. It's good. And the assist that time from Ball.
Amongst the best decision makers in the league. Lonzo with the right decision there.
Valanciunas with a screen on Giddey. Pass to Valanciunas. Lets it go from deep. Collins with the rebound. Ball against Levine. Here's Smith. The kick out to Ball. And it's good.
There will be 2 minutes to review.
They're going to look at it again. They need to be certain he beat the buzzer.
Yeah, they're going to review that shot to make sure he got it off in time, but I think it's going to count.
1 quarter in the... And getting it going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And guys, for the Kings, what jumps out at you stat-wise?
Well, they've really been racking up three-pointers in bunches. They've been so impressive to watch.
And with each made 3, their confidence continues to build. Their opposition might want to change their approach to try to slow them down.
And so in the game for the Kings, DeRozan and Murray in at the forward spots. Then there's Zach LaVine. Then there's Jonas Valanciunas. And it's Ellis in at the point. A nice shot by Smith.
A mistake by the defense. You can't let Ball's teammates get open because he will find them.
Well, Grant, the Kings, one of those up-and-coming teams that are knocking at the door.
Yeah, they have some stars, BA. They have some great role players, too. Part of their problem is they're in the Western Conference. It's so hard to just make the play-in tournament in that conference.
Back to Valanciunas. And the dunk by Valanciunas.
Well, this is why you involve Valanciunas in screen and rolls, because he's adept at capitalizing on them.
Ball no good. And so it's Valanciunas who brings up the ball for the Kings. Valanciunas with a screen on Giddey. LaVine against Giddey. The 3 from Valanciunas. No good. That's his 3rd miss out of 5 attempts. Chicago has gone 1 for 3 from downtown here in the second. And stolen by Murray. And pushing it up, here's Sacramento. And the dunk by DeRozan.
Yeah, that's great anticipation by Murray, and it leads to the break.
Here's Collins. Yes, sir, and it's Ball with the assist that time. Ball's got his 3rd assist of the night.
Great touch there. It's just so tough to defend a floater like that.
LaVine can't hit. Chicago trailing here. Left side Giddey. And stolen by Murray. Fires the 3. And it's Giddey with a rebound. The Bulls have gone 2 of 4 here in the second quarter. Ball. And Ball throws it down.
You're taller than you think. Lonzo is a sneaky 6'6".
And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. From the top of the key, and he hits the jumper for 2. Ellis has got 4 points in the quarter.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Smith outside. Now here's Ball. He's closely guarded. Yep, that one's good. Smith's gotten his third basket of the night. And it just seems like shelf life for head coaches gets shorter and shorter. Stan, even winning coaches aren't safe.
Yeah, even the teams in the top 2 or 3 of their conference are sometimes opting to make a change. In that kind of environment, it's a challenge to coach with any real authority.
What? Wait. Hey, dunks are always for the big boys.
Emphatic move by the point guard.
Well, in this league, you can see powerful plays from anyone and anywhere. Your position no longer dictates your scoring options.
And the dunk by Valanciunas.
Strong finish by Valanciunas. He likes exerting his will close to the rim.
Williams misses.
Well, the defense catches a break there. You expect him to make those.
They kick it out to Murray. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Levine. Levine's got his 4th assist in this one. Ball outside. Fires in the triple. Ball's got 11.
Yeah, super comfortable from deep. Ball has been launching shots from there since he was young.
Murray is screen on Giddey. Outside Murray. Pass to Levine. Murray, a screen on Ball. Now here's Valanciunas. And another Sacramento 3.
He's been reliable from the floor, and that's reflected on the scoreboard.
Here's Williams. The kick out to Ball. Outside Giddey. Shot clock at 6. Goes back up. He's looking good. 2 buckets in 3 attempts.
Hey, they're just getting pushed around inside.
Sacramento leading by 3. Levine feeling it out a bit. Murray, a screen on Ball. Pass to Valanciunas. 3-pointer. Rebound by the Bulls. They'll be hosting Miami for their next game, and that'll put them halfway through a 3-game homestand. And the first half comes to an end. We've got a close game going here. Kings ahead, leading by 3. And we'll see you back here after the break. 3rd quarter action in just a bit.
Chucking up all those threes is clearly not working for them. They need to balance their attack.
Yeah, you want to put your players in a position to...
And now let's take... That's it for us.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been a fairly even one. The Bulls trail by 3, and the Kings have held tough. But it seems like the West has gotten tougher, Grant.
Well, what's the saying? If you're not getting better, you're getting worse. And the Kings have to find that next level.
Buzelis out there with Dosunmu. Then it's Kobe White. Then there's Kevin Huerter. And it's Vucevic in at the center position. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls. Inside, here's Buzelis. There's Huerter with the 3. Connects from downtown. Huerter's gotten himself on the board with a 3 there.
And I'll tell you what, for his size, just about 7 feet, Buzelis is a pretty good passer.
Sabonis with a screen on White. Monk for 3. He drops it from range.
When you get faced up at one end, you want to get it back at the other.
A bit of a duel going on between them. Came down the floor looking for immediate payback.
Monk against White. The shot's good. White's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Well, as a guard like White, you need to score inside. Force teams to respect you everywhere.
Outside Monk. Sabonis with a screen on White. Shot clock at 5. Here's Monk. Here's Sabonis. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And the Kings lead by 1.
Prolific on the glass. I mean, Sabonis turning that board into points.
Pass to Vucevic. Here's Buzelis. No points yet. Back to Vucevic. Dosunmu for three. Rebounded by Lyles.
Well, that one didn't fall, but otherwise they've been excellent shooting the ball to start this half.
To the middle. Here's Sabonis. No stopping him there. Jams it in, and he's fouled. An opportunity in a three-point play. Kobe White picks one up. Sacramento shooting their first free throw of the night. Well, Grant, in the spring of 2024, a remarkable streak ended. Domantas Sabonis had recorded 61 consecutive double-doubles.
Yeah, it was the longest streak since the merger back in 1976. Now, Sabonis has led the NBA in rebounding multiple years. Plus, he has averaged 8 assists in a season, so that is big-time production.
Here's White. Uses the glass to finish the layup. White's got 6 points.
They're not messing around. 5 of their last 6 buckets have come from the interior.
Monk against White. Outside Monk. Sabonis with a screen on White. Monk against White. Monk passes to Sabonis. Shoots over Vucevic. And here's Crowder from the arc.
2 minutes remaining.
Sabonis in the post. Working on Vucevic. And it's Monk off the drive. Another shot. And the layup is good. Monk's got 5 points now in the quarter.
See, now that layup isn't possible without the help of the pick.
Herder, a screen on Monk. Here's White. Up and in on the layup.
Well, I know we don't want to jinx it, but he's still perfect from the field in this quarter.
And so Monk will bring it up for the Kings. The lead is 2. There's a minute 26 left to play in the third. Sabonis with it. Now guarded by White. Sabonis, the pass to Lyles. Back to Sabonis. Shoots over White. Sabonis can't hit.
One reason this game is so tight is because both teams are hitting the boards with reckless abandon.
Right side White. To the paint. Here's Buzelis. And a two-handed jam.
And the defense has to offer more resistance. Can't let guys like Buzelis get this close to the rim.
Sabonis with a screen on White. Here's Monk. Shoots over White. And it's Monk missing.
Bad offense against bad defense. The play looked as ugly as you'd imagine.
Here's White. For the lead. Three-pointer Vucevic. And no good.
Defensive breakdown there, and they got lucky. He's not going to miss too many of those.
Outside Monk. Just 2 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. Sabonis outside. And he buries that one. Back rim and in. Sabonis has got 7 now in this quarter.
This team looks to him to score the ball. They feel good when he's taking the shots.
No good. Misses at the buzzer. And the game's still closely contested as we end the third quarter. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist to the game.
Talk about painting a magnificent picture with that dive. Just a great decision and a perfect delivery.
Wow, that was an absolute masterpiece of an assist. He knew exactly when to deliver the ball, and it made for a beautiful score.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Taking a look at the Kings, DeRozan and Murray in at the forward spots. Then there's Jonas Valanciunas. Then there's Zach LaVine, and it's Ellis in at the 1 spot. Buzelis' shot is good.
Man, that's now 10 straight points in the paint. I'm not sure what's happened to their defense.
Valanciunas sets a screen. Ooh, too long in the paint. And he's hit with a 3-second violation. Stan, it's hard to believe, but the Bulls have not won a playoff series since 2015.
Well, look, Brian, it's hard to win in this league. And when you're rebuilding, trying to find the mix that'll get you over the top is a difficult chore.
Long way from those Michael Jordan glory days. Here's Ellis. Giddey defends. It's tipped. Chicago trailing here. Here's Buzelis. It's good. And the assist that time from Ball.
I love this game plan. That's 10 points in a row from in close.
Here's Ellis. Giddey defends. DeRozan looks it over. Ooh, poked away. Pass to Levine. Chicago with a rebound.
That's a defender doing just enough to cause a miss on the layup.
And Ball throws it down.
A phenomenal athlete. Ball's teammates love when he knifes inside and finishes with power.
Murray, a screen on Giddey. 2 minutes gone by here in the fourth. Here's Murray. A great take by Murray.
Yeah, just a solid play by Murray. He knows where to get his shots.
Chicago leading. Ball outside. Pass to Buzelis. Rebound by Sacramento. Valanciunas has got his 7th rebound here tonight. Just under 2.5 minutes gone by now in the final quarter. DeRozan passes to Valanciunas. And here they come. For three, Collins hits a three-pointer.
Yeah, way back when I started coaching, you never wanted a three-pointer on a fast break. Now, it's the shot teams are looking for.
Ellis passes to Levine. And Zach Levine from deep.
He wants the ball, has a flair for the dramatic, unfazed in big situations.
Here's Buzelis. Lays it up and banks it in. Buzelis has got 6 here in the quarter.
Oh, man. Massive points from Buzelis. Yes.
Here's Levine for 3. And another Sacramento 3.
Well, Levine pulling out the clutch gene.
And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for the Chicago Bulls. To the inside. Here's Collins. And then it's Collins with the dunk.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
And, guys, you cannot allow that in a close game. You have to make it harder than that.
And with this game coming down to the wire, they're quick to use it. Big call.
And even with the coach's challenge in place, we've seen so many of these personal foul calls still disputed, even after the video review.
There's no doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls. But at least we have the option to take a second look, so the officials can be sure they get it right. So they see clear evidence of a bad call, and they're going to overturn it. Probably the right decision.
And give credit to the officials for recognizing the mistake and correcting it. Nobody likes to say they got it wrong, but they fixed it in a hurry. He still needs to fill out to be more physical down there, and that will come with time. But Buzelis can handle his own.
Levine passes to Murray. Ball against Levine. Valanciunas with a screen on Ball. Kept alive.
I understand why he took the shot. They need the points, but that's just not a good look.
There's the drive, and he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
His teammates look to Buzelis in the big moment, and he must be doing something right.
Valanciunas with a screen on Giddey. Pass to Valanciunas. Outside Murray. Here's Ellis. And the 3 off target.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Down low. Here's Levine. Count it.
And that could really be the game-changing moment.
I agree. What a turn of events.
That might be the play of the game.
really feels like they're in control. They've got a big lead with time dwindling.
Yeah, and at this point, the focus is take care of the ball, no needless fouls, and no threes.
Murray, no good. And so Chicago takes the win. Boy, a hard-fought game. They did a great job of holding on to the lead at the end.
Yeah, get the coffee.
LaMelo basketball. Just a quick look now at how the point totals have looked over the last several months for Josh Giddey.
And it's really been a nice trend for him over these last several months. He's been steadily improving in terms of his scoring output. That extra production making him more valuable the further we get along in this season.
And a look at the starters for the Hornets. Up at forward, it's Miller and Bridges. Then it's Williams. Then there's LaMelo Ball. And it's Okogie in at the 2. And for the Bulls, they've got Collins. Jalen Smith is out there with Williams. Then it's Josh Giddey. And it's Ball in at the point guard position.
A huge reason Miller went so high in the draft, his three-point stroke. It's exactly what you want in a wing.
And when you talk to people about the Bulls, GA, Michael Jordan's shadow still looms large over this team and organization.
And Kevin, they haven't won a championship before or since he was in Chicago. They've had plenty of good players, Derrick Rose and MVP, Jimmy Butler as well, but the results haven't been there.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Thank you, Kevin. I caught up with the Bulls head coach. In talking to Coach, he discussed the hidden talents of LaMelo Ball. Coach said he's still a young player in this league, but we can't take that lightly. We've seen what he's done to soft defenses. We need to be physical. So we'll see if that defense tightens up for them. Guys?
Thank you, David. No good on the 3. Deflects the pass. Hornets have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. And the basket by Okogie.
Well, it's all about heart and hustle. Okogie gets out in transition. That's a nice finish.
Williams sets a screen for Smith. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That's on Miles Bridges. Here we are early in the NBA season, and teams focus on situational awareness. Doris, what have you noticed so far this season?
Yeah, Kev, these situations are really all about execution, right? Are players poised in late clock situations? First of all, do they recognize where the shot clock is? Can they adeptly and quickly read defenses? So those are some of the things I'm watching for.
Now, here's Ball. That's good. It's Miller with the assist.
Talk about hitting the ground running. 4 for 5 to start.
Ball feeling it out a bit. To the wing right side. Collins passes to Smith. Knocked loose. Just 5 on the clock. Fast break now for Charlotte. Here's Miller. He doesn't hit that one. Smith with some nice D. Last outing for the Bulls, it was a loss to Cleveland. Well, Doris, there's no question Miles Bridges is a talented scorer out on the wing.
You are exactly right, Kevin. This is a young man capable of putting up 20 points per game on a nightly basis. Now I want to see Bridges take strides as a defender. He has to show more commitment on that end of the floor.
Hornets leading by 6. To the paint, here's Okogie. And the rejection by Smith. Here's Collins. And finished off by Collins.
Unselfishness can be infectious. Terrific teamwork.
And the call will be against LaMelo Ball. That's foul number 2 for him.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
Second team foul.
And here is Giddey. And the foul called on Josh Giddey. That is his first foul of the game.
Personal foul.
Hornets have gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. Out to Bridges. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
Miles Bridges getting more and more audacious from the three-point line. We see you, sir.
Williams, a screen on Bridges. And it's Williams finishing it off.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Right. You could see on that possession, one side playing with a little desperation, the other side losing focus.
Here's Giddey following the 3 by Charlotte. And that one, good.
I tell you, if you give Josh Giddey a lane to the cup, look out. He knows how to finish.
Bridges, no one around him. Rebound by Williams.
Boy, he really wanted that shot, trying to make the defense pay for leaving him that wide open.
And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Hornets.
We've got a bunch of this game yet to be played, but they're shooting it well from the three-point line. That's got to be a welcome sight.
Yeah, and what an excellent display of passing in the early stages of this game. A good deal of their points coming directly off quality passes.
Well, Giddey loves to finish strong inside, and he knows how to take advantage of his size.
Ball with it, now guarded by Ball. Miller, that's for two. Rebound by the Bulls.
Listen, offensively, they're very comfortable with him taking that shot. It's a good look under very little pressure. He just can't convert.
Now, here is Smith. Pass the ball. Smith inside. He's guarded by Williams. Smith with the basket on the assist from Ball.
Boy, that's a high percentage look by Jalen Smith. Exactly what you want your big man to create.
Ball kicks to Miller. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Miller's got 8 points.
Such a multi-talented threat on the offensive end, and you love his confidence.
With one on the clock, Collins. And so it's Brandon Miller making highlights for the Hornets. He notched 8 points in the quarter. And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And let's quickly break down the game, guys, we've been watching from the Hornets.
Just stretching out the floor at first. They had the defense scrambling.
And that was obviously the plan coming in. Now the big question, can they maintain that efficiency from range as the game goes along?
They've got Josh Giddey. Patrick Williams is out there with Smith. Then it's Collins, and it's Ball in at the point guard. That's the Bulls 5 as we get into the second quarter. Hey, DB, we don't see a lot of them, but from what you have seen and heard, what can the Charlotte Hornets do better to improve their overall game?
Well, I think one of the things you have to look at is what are they doing successfully on the offensive end, and what are their weaknesses? One of the weaknesses is drawing fouls and getting opportunities at the free throw line. To me, Kev, the best teams do a good job of getting easy points, whether in transition or at the charity stripe.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, Bulls coach Billy Donovan keeps perspective. He says, I used to come back from a tough road loss, go straight to the office and pull an all-nighter, trying to figure out what went wrong. My highs were too high and my lows were too low. You have to realize so much of it is just luck. The breaks of life. Kevin?
That's right, D.A. We respect Billy Donovan as much as any coach in the NBA. But a good outlook there, you're right. Hey, thank you.
LaMelo Ball loves creating for his team. I love the look right there. Just so easy to play with.
On the wing, Giddey. And stolen by Miller. Here's Ball. And Ball slams it in.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick two at the other end.
Here's Ball. Ball's through. He's now made 2 of 4.
I'm a fan of how Ball uses that size inside. Excellent at getting his shot off close to the basket.
Williams. Rebound by the Bulls. Last time they met was in Charlotte, where they beat the Hornets.
Yeah, and in winning that last game, they attacked the basket aggressively, drew a lot of fouls in that game.
2 things are a product of that. 1, you shoot a ton of freebies. 2, the other team goes deep into its rotation. Neither one of those 2 things is going to work.
Miller with a screen on Ball. Miller outside. Fires the 3. Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5 for 8 clip.
His first triple of the second quarter, 3rd of the game.
Bulls trail by 8. Smith outside. And then Smith with the dunk.
Oh, my goodness. Off his feet in a hurry. You love to see Jalen Smith play with aggression in the paint.
Here's Ball. Chicago grabs the miss. Smith's got 4 rebounds now tonight. LaMelo Ball came in like a storm into this NBA, Doris, but hasn't been able to stay healthy since.
It's so true, Kevin, and that's unfortunate because the skill is apparent every time he plays. He's a game changer with his size and his playmaking. The NBA is better off because of the flair and the style he brings when he is healthy.
And the Hornets making a change here. Nurkic is checked in.
Now, I'll bet even they didn't think the pick would work that well.
No. And they get the major league dunk out of it, too.
And my question is, where was the help? Someone rotate over and challenge.
Chicago trailing here. And it's Ball in the corner. Ball with the rebound. And so it's Ball who brings the ball up for the Hornets. Bridges. Out to Miller. Down low. Here's Nurkic. And finished off by Nurkic.
Yeah, you can see the power game that Yusuf Nurkic has in his tool bag. That's a strong finish.
Here's Ball into the lane. Good. And it's Williams who picks up the assist. Williams has got 3 assists now in this one. Giddy against Ball, and the rejection by Smith.
Really nice job by Smith. Gets a piece of the ball without committing the foul.
Good on that shot, and with that, the Hornet lead is cut to just 1 in the basket from Ball.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
And that one drops for him. Ball's got 9.
You can see it. Once this guy gets his rhythm, he is so hard to slow down. What an excellent night for him and his team.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Well, credit him for going for it, not settling, saying, I'm going to attack.
Drills the three-pointer.
And that makes it 2 3-pointers in the quarter so far and 4 for the game.
Here's Giddy. Takes it off the glass. 8 points for him.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Here's Ball. 9 points in the game so far. And there's the drive. And he makes good on the layup.
Just a late reaction there from the defense, and he is always going to finish that. Right
side, Ball. Here's Giddy. And so it's Brandon Miller making highlights for Charlotte. He ends up dropping in 2 from distance, making a difference from long range in this one. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here.
For the Celtics, they'll be up against the Magic in Orlando. Start time, 7 o'clock Eastern.
Gentlemen, I can't wait for...
And let's take a look back at the first half. The Bulls are in a close one.
I like their approach on the boards. Get in there, establish position. Aggressive!
Thanks for joining us. Now let's toss it to Kevin Harlan for the start.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Brandon Miller has been sensational.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
You know, as a coach, you can preach good shot selection, but it's up to the players to execute, and this guy has done just that.
And Charlotte, looking at who they've got. They've got Trey Mann, also Green out there. Nurkic is out there with Williams. And it's Diabate in at the 4. And we know injuries derailed last season for the Bulls, Greg, but with an aging core, you wonder where they go from here.
I mean, the Bulls are kind of stuck in the middle of things as it now stands. Not quite good enough to make a run in the East, but not in a position where they need to start over.
Mann gets the bucket.
Off and running right off the bat here to start the second half.
Right the pass to Dosunmu. They set the pick. Here's Buzelis. Ball's knocked loose. And they'll get another chance. And the call will be against Yusuf Nurkic. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. First team foul.
About 1 minute played here in the second half. They get it again. Vucevic, and slam dunk by Vucevic.
How about those instincts from the 7-footer? Vucevic uses that size to snag offensive rebounds.
Man finds Nurkic. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Williams a screen. Here's Mann. Good on the bucket. Mann's got his second bucket.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible. And boy, that's a terrific start right there.
Here's Green. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Nurkic.
Taking a look here at some numbers for Nikola Vucevic. Last season, he played outstanding. He averaged 18 points a game, 10 rebounds, and 3 assists. And he gives them a nice rotation on the front court. He is a quality reserve.
Well, the one thing you can't teach is size. He's not as developed skill-wise as some guys, but certainly a valuable backup for this team.
And great for Buzelis. Basketball has been a part of his family for generations.
Yeah, how about that? Both his parents played professionally in Lithuania, as did both of his grandfathers. And his dad now works with the Lithuanian men's national team as a physiotherapist.
And he banks in the layup.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Vucevic finds White. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Herter setting the pick for White. Banked in off the glass. White's got 8 points in the quarter.
Boy, you can see their confidence growing. They have reason to believe.
What I love is the heart, the fire, the tenacity. This is absolutely fantastic.
And a big part of perimeter defense, Greg, avoiding screens. What are some of the tricks of the trade in that regard?
Well, sometimes you have to get skinny. I mean, other times it's using your strength. A lot goes into it. Also, getting a cadence for the screener. It's one of the more challenging aspects of NBA defense. And now this game's taken on a whole new feel since halftime.
What energy we're seeing. Something has lit a fire under both of these teams.
Count it, good. Mann's got his third basket of the night. Here's White. He's got 8. Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by.
Boy, that's one he wishes he could have back, especially against soft defense.
Pass to Diabate. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to go on Buzelis.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Taking 2 shots.
Good on the second free throw. Bulls trail by 3. Pass to Dosunmu. Here's Buzelis. 5 to shoot. Lost contact on the shot, and now a 3-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
How about that finish by Buzelis, the rookie, getting it done.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. We've got 1:08 left to play here in the third. To the middle, here's Green, and Green slams it in.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure. Dosunmu, and it's Dosunmu with the jam.
Yeah, just solid work on the back end of that play.
Yep, you're right. Finished hard with 2 hands on that stuff. Green finds man. From outside, off the mark. Here's Vucevic. He'll bring it up for Chicago. They'll be playing host to Miami for the next game. And that will be the middle game of this 3-game homestand. And Green slams it in.
Boy, how about that assist from Grant Williams? Really nice vision.
Now here's Herter. Defended by man. Dosunmu with it. Pass to Vucevic. Shot clock at 6. White. Rebound by Nurkic. Here's Diabate. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Yeah, the defender all over.
The Bulls have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one.
And look back a season ago. They did a solid job at the line. About 79% of their free throws.
He hits both from the stripe.
Boy, a really soft touch on display. It is a luxury to have a big man who can hit from the line at a consistent rate.
And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. The Hornets have been successful on 3 of their 4 free throw attempts up to this one. First one falls for him. Both free throws good from Bridges.
The way he's shooting free throws tonight, you simply don't want to put him there.
And a great show through. Three quarters as we enter the fourth. Who will carry the day? And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feet. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You'll love the unselfish play.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. They've got Smith. Josh Giddey is out there with ball. Then it's Buzelis, and it's Collins in at the center filling out the middle. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Pass to Miller. The tray. Chicago grabs the miss. Oh, and there's the foul. It's on Josh Okogie. That's foul number 2 for him.
Second personal foul. First team foul.
Collins a screen on Ball. And it's Ball penetrating. Stolen by Ball.
And if you really want to make things hard on yourselves, this is exactly how you do it. Turnovers on back-to-back trips down the floor.
Here's Okogie. Good. And Miller gets the assist. Okogie's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for Charlotte. And we'll get a look at how the hustle stat game has been going for Charlotte.
And they've shown great focus on the defensive end, putting constant pressure on the ball and really disruptive in terms of what they've done defensively.
And you also have to love the way they've gotten out and run in transition. A ton of good chances tonight simply from being willing to run the floor.
Miller outside. Collins grabs the miss.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Williams with the block. And so it looks like the Bulls will retain possession here. We've gone about a minute and a half into the fourth quarter. For 3, Smith. Not going to go that time.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Kick by Bridges. Ball with a wide open look. Misses the 3. Bulls trail by 4. To the inside. Here's Buzelis. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And you get the sense that guys are still trying to figure out how to guard Buzelis. Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
Charlotte's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Ball against Ball. Ball feeling it out a bit. Miller with a wide open look. That falls. Nice feed there. Time from Ball. Ball's got 6 assists here tonight. Chicago's gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. They get a hand on it. We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Hands it from downtown. Miller's got the lead up to 8 now for Charlotte.
Yeah, in the first. First half, he was unstoppable for deep. Now, 2 more since the break.
And Billy Donovan decides to call timeout. He's not taking any chances and wants to huddle him up right away. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Well, during the break, I listened in on Billy Donovan's huddle with his team. He's not happy with the perimeter defense. He told them we have to hustle more out to the three-point line because they look real comfortable out there now. I want you contesting every 3 they put up. We'll see if that intensity increases on D. Guys?
All right, David, thanks. Pass to Miller. And it's Miller with the jam.
And with his diverse game and 6'9" frame, Brandon Miller can score in bunches. And on nights like tonight, it's really hard to get someone to match up with him.
Ball with it, now guarded by Ball. And the call will be against Lonzo Ball. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
1:56 left in the fourth. Ball kicks to Miller. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball.
3.
And now it's 27 points from Brandon Miller. To stop the run, here's Smith. Williams with the block. Goes back up. Outside, Ball. 6 for 10 with that shot going in. That's a good game for a lot of guys.
And I love how Ball accepts the contact on his way up, not allowing it to alter his shot.
That one good for 2. That's 29 points from Brandon Miller.
Well, this is what you're trying to do. Put the game away.
And he hasn't forced much tonight. I love the efficiency he's giving to them.
The shot by Buzelis, no good. Hornets leading by 13. Miller, that's for 2. The quick look, no good that time.
Listen, we know the mid-range game is in this guy's arsenal, but you wonder, should he have moved it just 1 pass more?
I mean, a 6'8" playmaker. Giddey is a point forward, and he piles up the assists. And at this point, just sort of running through the paces, as it appears it'll be a nice win here for Charlotte.
I think the attitude was very impressive. Definitely a competitive game, and they fought through it each step of the way.
Absolutely. They put on a tremendous performance in terms of the effort and intensity. This was a well-deserved win.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year. And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Brandon Miller.
They simply can't stop him right now. This guy playing with passion and focus.
Collins kicks to Smith. 20 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Williams with the block.
Yeah, nice effort there in tracking down the long rebound.
And here's Miller outside. And so it's the Hornets taking care of business in this one.
That's the end of the game.
They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the...
2K Sports. And here's the look now at the last few months of assist numbers for Malik Monk.
One aspect of his game that suffered the past few months, passing the basketball. He hasn't shown that same creativity that we've seen from him earlier in the year, and his assists are down.
And a look at the starters for Charlotte. It's Miller and Bridges teaming up at the forward spots. Josh Okogie is out there with ball. And it's Williams in at center, filling out the middle. And for Sacramento, DeRozan and Murray in at the forward spots. Then there's Zach LaVine. Then there's Jonas Valanciunas. And it's Ellis in at the point guard position. Now here's Ball. Miller a screen on LaVine. Miller outside. Jacks up a three. It's good. And the assist that time from Ball. And it's opening night. Great to be here with you, Clark.
Always great to be with you as well, BA. And this is perhaps my favorite night of the year when you talk about the NBA opening night. So much excitement, so much anticipation, and we know the rest of the season will deliver.
Here's Okogie in his last outing with 12 points.
Great teamwork on that drive, punctuated by a strong finish. That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
Valanciunas sets a screen. And here's LaVine. 43 points last game out. Gets the three to fall.
LaVine brings a lot to this team. One of the elements he brings is his passing.
Ball taking his time here. Oh, a special move before that shot.
3 out of 3. Perfect start. Let's see how long they can ride this wave.
Recent years have been a bit of a struggle for the Hornets, Clark.
No doubt about it, BA. I mean, they've dealt with injuries that have really been problematic and roster changes as well. I mean, very much a team in transition, trying to figure out who they are and what they can be. And it's hard to get things clicking when you're having changes in your roster compounded by injuries as well.
Here's Ellis on the wing. LaVine. Six on the shot clock. Pass to DeRozan. Inside. Valanciunas. And the officials call goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
Yeah, he was just a skosh late on the contest. That's going to be a goaltend for sure.
The Hornets have gone 3 of 4. Off to a nice start. Here's Ball. Rebound by Sacramento. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. And the dunk by Valanciunas.
I mean, with his height and size, stopping Valanciunas just isn't an option sometimes. What a jam.
And Williams punches it home.
Just flawless timing right there.
Right? The dish, the catch, the flush, the whole thing was perfect.
And it all had to be, because that's not nearly as easy as they made it appear.
Now here's Ball. And Williams punches it home.
Yeah, LaMelo relishes every chance he gets to drop a dime like that.
On the wing, LaVine. Sinks it from distance.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
And so it's Ball with it. He brings it up for the Hornets. And there's a pick. Miller outside. Back to Ball. The floater, and he sinks the layup. Ball's gotten his second bucket.
A master at creating space in the two-man game. That's LaMelo Ball.
It's hard to question the energy LaMelo Ball brings to the court every night, Clark.
It certainly is, and it's contagious, B.A. That's what I like about it. He elevates other guys. As a teammate playing with LaMelo, he elevates your energy level because you've got to match his. He gives the team, I think, a nice edge in being able to perform on a consistent basis. Free throw shooting is about mechanics, confidence, and your mental approach. He's locked in from there most every night.
Pass to Williams. Unable to get that one. The Kings trailing. Outside LaVine. Murray, a screen on Ball. Here's LaVine for three. Williams grabs the board. The Hornets have gone 6 of 9 and finding their rhythm now. And the basket by Bridges.
Bridges that time being rewarded for his hustle and his awareness right there. Opportunistic score that time.
Levine passes to Valanciunas. Here's Ellis. Valanciunas with a screen on ball. Here's Ellis. Uneasy, too, on the layup. Ellis has got 7 points.
And they may have talked about shot selection coming into this.
Ball into the lane. Outside, Williams. Pass to Okogie. Back to Williams. Count the bucket. Coming off a perfectly placed pass. He's got 6.
That's been the story of their offense so far. Getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
It's all tied in Sacramento. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. And if you're just joining us, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And guys, for the Kings, what jumps out at you stat-wise?
Well, it's simple. I mean, they started off strong, and they've been hot from beyond the arc since the get-go. Well, player and ball movement has been excellent. Finding space, operating in space, and when they've gotten open shots, they've knocked them down.
This is how the floor looks for the Hornets starting the second. It's Miller and Bridges teaming up at the forward spots. LaMelo Ball is out there with Josh Okogie, and it's Williams in at the 5 down low. Ball passes to Miller. The 3 ball. Sacramento grabs the miss. Now Levine. 6 points for him. Oh, and there's the whistle on the... And they're not happy with the call here. Coach has given the signal. He's going to use his challenge. Probably a good idea in such a close contest.
Zach Levine. 2 shots. The play will be reviewed under NBA.
The NBA was smart to adopt this challenge policy in 2019.
You know, one thing this does for a coach is let his players know he's got their back. If they're adamant that the call was wrong, he'll back them up and make the refs take another look. And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he's still peeved.
And the first one at the line is good.
You know, when you think of Zach Levine, his scoring comes to mind immediately, but he also rebounds effectively and passes it pretty good, too.
The Hornets with a lead. Ball with it. Guarded by Valanciunas. Outside, Williams. Okogie, the pass to Williams. And Williams punches it home.
Good play call and good execution. The offense running on all cylinders.
Here's Ellis, hounded by Ball. From deep, Ellis' shot is off. Charlotte leading by 3. Ball passes to Okogie, and there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Yeah, you know, this is just too easy for Okogie. I mean, the defense cannot afford to let him get deep, established position.
Here's Ellis. 7 points in the game. Kicks it to DeRozan. Out to the right wing. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Brandon Miller. That's his first foul of the game.
Second team foul.
Here's Ellis, hounded by Ball. Just 5 on the clock. Back to Valanciunas. Stolen by Miller.
And I'll tell you what, I mean, he sees the man's going to kick the ball out. Wow. I mean, that was great anticipation. Perfect communication and timing on that alley-oop. Bridges saw the opening and then bounced right to the rim.
And it's the Kings with the ball. After the basket by Charlotte. And for some reason, he decided to foul there.
Yeah, B.A., that's an odd move. Maybe there's something else behind it. Valanciunas
with a screen on Ball. Here's Ellis, hounded by Ball. Outside Murray. Pass to DeRozan. Murray, a screen on Miller. And there's the foul. It'll go on DeMar DeRozan. That's his first foul.
And in the last 2 possessions, they've painted a picture of what not to do. Just way too loose with the basketball.
Nurkic has checked in for Williams. Here's Ball. Ball ventures inside and converts.
The D hasn't been quick enough to react to the ball inside. That's helped cause this run.
Driving inside. Will it go? They kick it out to Murray. Launches a 3. The rebound by Bridges.
Boy, I'm absolutely shocked he didn't get that one to go. Usually he's money from deep.
Clark, you look at the scoring ability of Miles Bridges. Most nights he feels like he has an advantage.
And I would agree with that when you think about defenders trying to slow down Miles Bridges. Most guys are either too slow or not strong enough to deal with it. As a result, he's able to make it tough for just about anybody who guards him.
Now here's Miller. They lead by the biggest margin of the game at 9. Offensive rebound, the kick out to Ball. Miller on the wing. The teardrop. That won't fall. He's just 2 of 5 in this one. For Sacramento, they've got none of their first 3 shots to fall so far in the second. Here's Levine. Oh, look at Levine getting it done in the paint.
Levine just going to work. Talented. Finishing inside.
Ball outside. Miller outside. Back to Ball. And Ball throws it down.
Assisted by. Oh, nice one-handed jam there, B.A.
Hey, little exclamation point.
Hey, they've got a nice, comfortable lead here, fellas. Might as well keep it simple. Do it a plain, simple one-hander, just like pound cake.
Here's Ellis. Following the bucket by the Hornets. Valanciunas with a screen on Miller. DeRozan passes to Valanciunas. Oh, he misses the dunk. The layup might have been a better option for him. Pass to Bridges. It's good. And the assist that time from Ball. Ball's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. Now 5 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Now here's Murray. Stolen by Bridges. In transition, here they come. Miller can't get it to go.
He's been off this whole period. Unable to sustain any kind of consistency.
It's scooped up. Ellis passes to Murray. Ball with a steal. Here's Bridges. And it's Bridges with the jam.
They're really in control on both ends of the floor right now, forcing turnovers and finding easy points while the other guys struggle to keep up.
And so it's Charlotte in command with a 13-point lead at the end of the quarter. Defense is setting the tone. And don't go far. We'll be right back.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court. And
I can't see what they're trying to do offensively. Maybe with a little more patience, that shooting percentage will tick upwards.
Yeah, we saw several. All right, guys. And that's it for halftime.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Well, you look at Miles Bridges. Man, has he been playing well.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank.
And coach doesn't like the call at all. He's opting to
at the line for the Hornets.
And even with the coach's challenge in place, we've seen so many of these personal foul calls still disputed even after the video review.
There's no doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls. But at least we have the option to take a second look, so the officials can be sure they get it right. So they see clear evidence of a bad call, and they're going to overturn it. Probably the right decision.
And give credit to the officials for recognizing the mistake and correcting it. Nobody likes to say they got it wrong, but they fixed it in a hurry.
Sabonis with a screen on Green. Here's Monk. Pass to Lyles. Launches it. Drills it from deep.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired. Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Williams with the screen. All alone. He hits the back iron and sinks it. Williams has got his first bucket in this one.
Their offense is really humming right now, and it's because of the beautiful ball distribution. 10 straight points off assists, that's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
Outside Monk, 6 to shoot. Pass to Lyles. This one for 3. And the rebound goes to Charlotte.
They've had a slight leg up on the boards and a big leg up on the scoreboard. Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead. And even with the miss, that's a high percentage shot for him.
It's stolen by Green. It's a 3-on-3 fast break. Here's Nurkic. And that one's good. And the Hornets lead by 16.
And guys, this is why coaches value playing with pace. That really has been the difference. I mean, they've been the better team in transition.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
We've seen scoring totals increasing, and fans might appreciate it, but NBA VP and head of basketball ops Joe Dumars said, quote, "I think what fans really want to see is incredible competition. The score is secondary to that." And guys, you talk about competing, Joe D brought it at both ends of the floor.
No doubt about that. Well said, Allie. And stolen by Green. And it's the Hornets on the break for 3. Sinks the tray. Green's got his first 3 points of the game.
Great idea to pull up and take the transition 3 there. The D was in position to block his path to the hoop. He took it inside.
Monk against Green. Sabonis with a screen on Green. Monk for 3. No good on the shot. Hornets leading by 17. Here's Nurkic. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
First personal. Yeah, someone who has battled injuries. Great to see Yusuf Nurkic out there tonight.
Nurkic hits them both. And so Monk will bring it up for the Sacramento Kings. Sabonis outside. It's stolen by Green. Fast break. Here come the Hornets. And down it goes. Jam that one home.
And that's what happens when you don't take care of the ball.
Hey, that makes the turnover hurt even more.
What? You mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas. I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more. You got to appreciate the consistency. Night in and night out. Brings it.
And he's going for the oop here. Monk with a steal. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. And the finish on the break with the slam.
He was way ahead of the pack. No one around to contest. He can do anything he wants in that situation. You know, and not leaving anything to chance either. That's why he takes it right to the bucket.
Here's Man. The shot no good. Great D that time from Monk. Kings trail by 16. Here's Lyles. He's guarded by Man. Here's Sabonis. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. Nurkic has got 4 rebounds now. Oh, sweet move. Good work there as it goes. Green's got 5 points now this quarter.
You know, in that first half, a lot more three-point shooting. Since then, though, they've dialed it back.
Sabonis with a screen on Green. And it's Monk missing. Hornets leading by 18. 5-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. And out of bounds, the Kings will take it.
A sloppy turnover. When you're not locked in, you pay the price.
The Kings have gone 4 of 8 in the third. Sabonis with a screen on Green. Pass to LaRavia from downtown. It's not going to go for him. Fast break. Here come the Hornets. By himself. Rips down the breakaway slam.
More and more Grant Williams showing the ability to get others involved.
Here's LaRavia. And stolen by Green. And another fast break for Charlotte. The Hornets running. The putback. And so it's Charlotte ending the quarter with a 20-point edge. Their efficiency And let's take this opportunity to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
You talk about painting a magnificent picture with that dime. Just a great decision and a perfect delivery.
And they'd love to see every possession end this way. True team basketball.
Well, there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Fourth quarter, on the court for the Hornets. It's Miller and Bridges teaming up at the forward spots. Josh Okogie is out there with LaMelo Ball. And it's Williams in at the center position.
Boy, that's a great job by Okogie to get out in front and finish off the break.
Levine, that one's good.
Could have been much better defense. I mean, you can't give this guy any room to operate.
Here's Ball. Miller outside. From outside the arc. Valanciunas with a rebound.
I've been in this position. Your team is up. You want to drive in the dagger. He may be a little overeager.
It's good. And the assist goes to Murray.
I like it. An old school 5. Jonas primarily does his scoring close in.
Miller, a screen on Levine. Okogie. Miller outside. Here's the floater. Valanciunas with a rebound. Valanciunas has got 4 rebounds now.
It's impressive how they've overcome his cold streak tonight. Everyone stepping in to fill the gap.
The second effort. And count that. 2 points and a chance for one more at the line.
He's really carrying the load, but no man can do it all by himself.
All right, guys, what do you think so far on the offensive approach for Charlotte?
You know, all game long, they've imposed their will on the interior, scoring a lot of points in the painted area.
And we also got to talk about the number of points they've scored in transition, just jumping all over the opposition in this regard.
5 to shoot. The 3 from Ball. Connects from downtown. And the Hornets lead by 17.
You know, if LaMelo shoots it at a high clip from deep, man, oh man, I don't know how anybody's going to guard it.
Left side Murray. Pass to Ellis. Murray, a screen on Ball. Ellis, good.
That three-point shooting has been on point here in the second half.
Exactly what the doctor ordered. Those three-point bombs will erase the deficit quickly if they can keep it up.
Just over 2.5 minutes played now. Final quarter of regulation. Miller outside. Takes a 3. Rebound by Sacramento. Here's Levine.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Picked by Murray. Stolen by Bridges. Down low. Lays it in off the pretty lob.
I like Miller's vision. I mean, he sees the court well and makes really good decisions with the ball.
To the inside, Valanciunas. And the dunk by Valanciunas.
Well, they're on the right path now, but still in a pretty big hole.
That kind of deficit, I think they're going about it the right way. I mean, they've got to get aggressive on defense. They need stops. And then you got to take care of the basketball at the other end so you get a good shot every trip.
They have a relentless mentality, even with the game in total control.
And, you know, until that final buzzer sounds, I mean, you've got to treat every possession like it's crucial. Well, he's just not found his rhythm tonight, partly because I think he's gotten fewer touches.
It looks like it'll be a big win for them here. Time to just cruise to the end of the game and chalk up the victory for the Hornets.
Absolute fireworks display. High-scoring game. They were unstoppable, Grant.
Yeah, just relentless from start to finish. And the pace was furious. Ultimately, they wore out the other team.
And so this win marks their first victory of the new year.
And finally getting over the hump in this season series, they nabbed their first victory in 3 tries against the Kings.
And of all the highlights and performances we've seen here tonight, the one thing that stands out is what an unbelievable night it's been for LaMelo Ball.
You look forward to playing with someone who doesn't just move the ball, but moves it with a purpose.
Offensive board. The kick out to Ball. Here's the three. Knocks it down from distance. And the Hornets lead by 16.
They really came in with the right mindset today. I can guarantee you their flight home will be filled with some smiles.
Yep, to have a stress-free win on the road, very satisfying. The fans are already headed for the exits.
Levine passes to Valanciunas. Fast break. Here come the Hornets. Here's Ball. And Ball throws it down.
Ball showing a lot of effervescence on the offensive end, and it's probably infectious for the rest of his squad.
And so Charlotte takes this one by a big margin.
End of the game.
A statement road victory. So impressive.
Statement indeed.
couple months for Domantas Sabonis.
Look, sometimes you go up, sometimes down, and the trend has been on the downward side in terms of his average points per game. And a variety of factors can be the culprit. And a lot of times you focus on the efficiency more than just pure point output.
So with Vucevic on the bench, here's the group that Billy Donovan has on the floor. They've got Collins, Lonzo Ball out there with Josh Giddey. Then there's Patrick Williams. And it's Smith in at the 4 slot. And for Sacramento, DeRozan and Murray slot in at the small and power forward. Levine is out there with Ellis. And it's Valanciunas in at the center position. So the Chicago Bulls able to put up the first points on the board. And a wide open look here for Ellis. Good on the triple. Now that the new season is tipped off, Richard, how important is it to get things off to a good start?
I'd say it's fairly important, but this is a long season, Kevin. It's about sustaining a high level of play consistently.
And it's Sacramento's ball. Outside, Levine. On the wing, Murray. 4 on the shot clock. The wide open look here for DeRozan. No good with the triple. And while we've got a moment, I'd send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Guys, I did have a chance to talk with the head coach of the Kings. Dealing with Lonzo Ball's playmaking was at the front of his mind. He told me Lonzo's a tremendous decision maker, so we've got to be quick to close off the passing lanes. We can't let him create easy baskets. The goal is to keep Ball's impact as a playmaker down to a minimum. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, David.
Zach LaVine just lets the game come so naturally. His ability to catch and shoot is one of the quickest in the league.
Outside, Ball. And taken away by Ellis. Here's DeRozan. Oh, and the jam by DeRozan.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yeah, when you hustle on the break like he does, good things tend to happen.
Now here is Smith. Shot to stop the run. And then Smith with the dunk.
And although he's undersized at his position, his vertical, yeah, that'll clean up a few mistakes.
Hey, Greg, one thing that the Kings have had work for them over the last few seasons is their depth.
And have made some shrewd moves to fill out their bench. It's got great contributions from their 6 through 10 players. It's been a big part of their recent success.
Assist goes to...
Here's Levine. 27 points last game. Murray sets a screen for Levine. Murray outside. Pass to Ellis. And stolen by Giddey.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2.
Offside Collins. Smith right side. Misses the layup. He had him with that bump fake. Kings leading now by 3. And DeRozan kicks to Valanciunas. And it's Valanciunas finishing it off.
And it's not everybody who needs hops to finish at the rim. Valanciunas just needs to be an arm's length of the bucket to throw it down.
And it's Smith missing.
And to put things simply, this has not been his quarter.
Levine. And Levine throws it down.
Taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. There's the triple. And it's Sacramento with the rebound. Last time they faced off, it was right here at home where they couldn't get it done.
And their last time playing this club, foul trouble became a big problem for them. Their starters had to take an early stint on the bench.
Expect to see them being much more careful tonight because of that. Maybe being a little less aggressive.
Oh, that's straight TNT, baby. Explosive.
That was pretty, and he just has that effortless knack for getting inside. Bulls trail by 7. Pass to Collins. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. Ball finds Giddey. Giddey with the screen on Ellis. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Ball. And the layup falls.
Lonzo Ball.
Ball's got 5.
Lots of quick moves inside by Ball to get into great position for the score.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. And It's Ellis finishing it off.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA. The lead is what it is right now.
Yeah, it's going to take better rim protection than that if they're going to climb out of this hole.
And it's Ball penetrating.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Well, great chemistry on display. He understood where to put the screen in order to free up his teammate.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
And so it's the... And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. And looking at what we've seen from Sacramento so far, guys, what do you think?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
Well, let's see if they're able to keep it up. So far, their shot selection and ball movement has been on point.
So with Vucevic on the bench, here's the group that Billy Donovan has on the floor. Buzelis out there with Williams. Then there's Lonzo Ball. Then it's Collins. And it's Giddey in at the 2. Now here's Levine. Murray, the pass to Levine. Over Giddey. Levine's shot is off. Bulls trail by 7. Teardrop shot. Pass to Buzelis. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball.
Jump ball.
Inside, and DeRozan throws it down.
Getting up there with the slam, DeMar DeRozan leaves nothing to chance.
The veteran DeMar DeRozan, RJ, a terrific player, a great scorer.
And he's been doing it for a long time. He has been the lead scorer since he picked up a basketball.
Shots good by Williams.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Levine with it. He's picked up by Collins. And Levine with the slam.
Zach LaVine, he's already won multiple dunk contests. Maybe another?
Right now, I'll send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. The NBA 65 games requirement for postseason awards has drawn some criticism. But Adam Silver says, ultimately, this is about the fans and putting the best product forward. Load management was not working for us. This is having the desired effect, and guys are out on the floor. Kevin?
Yeah, they want to be on the floor, right? Keep them tuning in. Good stuff, DA. Thank you. Valanciunas dishes to Ellis. The Kings need to get off a shot here. And it's Valanciunas finishing it off.
And how about the awareness from Valanciunas? He read the pick and roll coverage there. Beautiful.
Buzelis' shot is good.
He just makes it look so easy on offense. Like, who takes pleasure in torturing defenses? He does.
Now here's Ellis. 20 points for him last game against Denver.
And we have to mention his rebound. It wasn't all about the offense. He battled his tail off down low.
Here's Valanciunas. And it's Valanciunas finishing it off.
And one way Valanciunas generates offense, using that big body to snare the board and keep the play alive.
That shot wide open. Giddey's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
And what kind of defense was that? You can't give up wide open threes like that. What are you doing?
Pass to Valanciunas. Fires from deep. Valanciunas can't get that one to fall. Bulls trail by 4. Here's Giddey. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Williams. Giddey's got 5 points now this quarter. RJ, one league rule that has gotten a lot of attention. Carrying the basketball.
Oh, these guys carry the ball at a ridiculous rate. Even Allen Iverson used to do it, and then eventually he took it out of his game. But yeah, the referees could clean it up a little bit, I'll be honest.
Valanciunas with a screen on Giddey. Levine passes to Valanciunas. Back to Levine, and stolen by Giddey. Pass to Buzelis. Back to Collins. Some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Buzelis with the ball. Murray on him. Kicks it out to Collins. Nailed from three-point land. Collins has got 5 now. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for Chicago.
From the tip, they are not making things easy on them. Lots of steals, playing disruptive basketball.
And guys, they've also done a great job generating offense from their defense, forcing turnovers and making the defense pay for those mistakes.
So it's Sacramento after Chicago picking up a basket just moments ago. Giddey against Ellis. Out to DeRozan. To halt the run. Drills the three-pointer. DeRozan's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
After failing to get going in the first quarter, he's looked much better here in the second.
Pass to Giddey from downtown. Sacramento grabs the miss. DeRozan's got 4 rebounds in this game. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Now here's Valanciunas. Not a lot of room. Makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals. 5 for 8 in the game.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Here's Williams. The kick out to Ball. Pass to Buzelis. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Kings lead by 2. Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the 3rd quarter gets underway.
I gotta see more fight on the glass. They're in a slugfest. Winning the battle of the boards can swing this game.
But do they have the personnel?
Taking a peek now at... And that concludes...
And as we get into this 3rd quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. It's been quite a game for Jonas Valanciunas.
The way he was able to finish on the block was incredible there in that first half.
The question now is, will the defense keep letting him punish them inside? Or did Coach have some new ideas for them?
Sabonis is out there with Lyons. Then it's Jay Crowder. Then it's Malik Monk. And it's LaRavia in at the 3. That's the 5 out there for the Kings. And stolen by White. Pass to Vucevic. Smith on the wing. Back to Vucevic. Launches a 3. Smith with the basket on the assist by Vucevic. Smith's got the lead up to 3 now for the Bulls.
You can count on Vucevic to make a few clever handoffs. He sees what's happening at all times.
Here's Monk, and then Monk with the dunk.
Just the kind of play they need in a game this close.
You know, that's the kind of aggression they want from their floor leader.
No doubt. That's the kind of play that can energize the whole team, and they will take it in a close game like this.
Count the basket and the foul. That one on Monk.
Superb focus there from Vooch, accepting the contact like a champ.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. The Kings trail by 4. Monk outside. And we're just about a minute and a half into the 3rd quarter of basketball. The kick out to Sabonis. Double team Sabonis, and they pick up 2. Sabonis has got his first basket.
This is where you get Sabonis the ball. He's going to reward you for feeding him.
Greg, give us one word to describe Domantas Sabonis on the offensive end.
I guess I'd say dominant, but that only scratches the surface. The way Sabonis drops dimes, hits shots, and controls the glass, dominant just doesn't even really begin to say enough.
To the paint, here's Vucevic, and the layup is good. And now a 6-point Chicago lead.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Sabonis sets the pick for Crowder. The kick out to Sabonis. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
The shot by Monk is no good. Chicago with the ball. They're on a 12-4 run. White dishes to Smith. And Smith with the stop.
Hey, whatever adjustments they made at halftime, they are working to perfection.
Oh, yeah, I can't agree more. They haven't missed.
Sabonis' screen on White. Monk kicks to Lyles. It's good from long range.
When Monk isn't finding his own shot, he's making some slick passes.
Tries the spin move. Osumu finds Vucevic. Back to Osumu. White bounce pass. It's stolen by Monk. Sabonis' screen on White. Monk with the ball. Now guarded by Vucevic. Monk against Vucevic. Pass to Sabonis. 5 on the clock. From the arc. And another 3 for Sacramento.
Yeah, there's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes now in the D.
White the pass to Dosunmu. Out to White. It's stolen. And we've got a whistle. The refs are indicating it's a transition take foul. It's going to be a shot and the ball. And let's get your guys' take now on the hustle stats for the Bulls.
They've been defending with excellent anticipation all game long. Just look at how many times they've managed to get their hands on the ball.
And also, guys, they've been showing how dangerous they are in the open floor. When they see a chance to get easy points, boy, they just jump at it.
And the timeout called here by Billy Donovan. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys. Bruce Ellis has checked in for Smith. Here on the 2K leaderboard are the rebounding leaders from a season ago. Domantas Sabonis is on top.
And, you know, he took a lot of pride in being at the top of that rebounding list. When all was said and done, he was a man among boys.
Here's Monk. And the shot goes down. Monk's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Anytime Monk gets room to shoot, especially inside, he's such a crafty guard who you want to see pulling the trigger from inside.
And Herter gets it to go.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Sabonis sets the pick for Monk. Driving to the basket. Pass to Lyles. Here's Crowder. Nothing on the board. Lyles a screen on Herter. And the wide open shot from Crowder. And a miss there on the triple. Here's Dosunmu. Now Bruce Ellis. No good on the last second attempt there. That concludes the third quarter. It continues to be an exciting. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed. And you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Not just playing selflessly, but also making a smart decision with the ball.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. So Chicago ends up going with the new group. So with Vucevic on the bench, here's the group that Billy Donovan has on the floor. Josh Giddey is out there with Lonzo Ball. Then there's Patrick Williams. Then it's Jalen Smith. And it's Collins in at the 5. And Ball slams it in.
There is no doubt that Ball brings his flight gear to the arena. The man has a little bit of bounce on him.
Here's DeRozan. Pass to Levine. Murray a screen on Ball. And Levine, here we go. Wide open look here for Murray. That's good, and it's Levine with the assist. Levine's got 3 assists in the game. And the timeout called here by Billy Donovan. There was no hesitating. He wants to talk to the team right now. Ellis is checked in for the Bulls. And now we've got some time to check in from the sideline. You got for us, DA?
Well, over that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to listen to what Billy Donovan said to his team. Now, he asked the defense to lock it down inside. He said, let's get physical. I don't want them to think we're soft in there. No more easy shots in the paint. So that's what the defense is set to do, guys.
Okay, David, much appreciated. D2 from Ball. Sacramento grabs the miss. DeRozan's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
Valanciunas sets a screen for Levine. Knocked away. Stolen by Ball. Collins with it. Guarded by DeRozan. And the whistle blows as the basket counts. And a three-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up.
First personal foul. First team.
Just over a minute and a half played here in the fourth. Levine feeling it out a bit. Valanciunas inside. He's guarded by Collins. Murray against Smith. Murray dishes to Valanciunas. Another shot. A second left. And the dunk by Valanciunas.
And every team loves getting a night like this out of their big man. Valanciunas is the biggest lion in the Serengeti.
Murray against Ball. That's good. Basket number 5 on a 5 for 8 night shooting.
Just focusing on the task at hand. That's all you can do.
Yeah, when the game is up for grabs like this one has been, it's all about the attention to detail.
Jumps up. And Ball slams it in.
That is just a big shot from Ball. I like seeing him step up and show that leadership.
Over in the corner, Ellis trains the three-pointer. Ellis has got the game tied up here for Sacramento.
Confident and composed on the three-point shot at a critical juncture.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on DeMar DeRozan. That's foul number 2 for him. We're in the final quarter of play here. 3 minutes in.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
Here's Ball. And another one in the scoring column for him. He's 7 of 10 from the field.
And Ball is not going to back down in these moments. In fact, he embraces being the man when it's a big possession.
Pass to Ellis. Takes a 3. Ellis grabs the board. Outside, Ball. Here's Buzelis. DeRozan defending. On the wing, Giddey. 6 to shoot. The kick out to Ball. Lets it go from deep. Valanciunas grabs the board. Valanciunas has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. To the middle. Here's DeRozan. Good work there as it goes. 9 points for DeMar DeRozan.
Here is a guy you can count on in these moments. The high pressure doesn't even bother DeMar.
And it's Smith penetrating. Valanciunas grabs the board.
You often expect him to convert these types of shots, but the D must have made their presence felt to prevent that one.
Ellis with it. Pass to Valanciunas. Yes!
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
He knew what they needed here and was determined to deliver.
Smith, it's good! He has tied up this game. Oh, what a shot.
And he found the soft spot in the D on that possession.
Ellis against Giddey. Valanciunas with a screen on Giddey. Right side to Rosen. The three-pointer, no good. Ball feeling it out a bit. Pass to Buzelis. Offline. Timeout, Sacramento. And regulation now complete. We will go to overtime. And we've got... These teams have battled tooth and nail for 4 quarters, and now we head to overtime. Should be a blast. Now Ball. DeRozan and Murray slot in at the small and power forward. Zach LaVine is out there with Ellis. And it's Valanciunas in at the 5, home in the paint.
I love seeing Ball be aggressive on offense. Good at knowing when to take initiative.
LaVine wide open. Knocks down the 3-ball. And the Kings lead by 1.
D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
Here's Ball, and Ball slams it in.
Ferocious move there by Ball, finding his finish while also taking the foul.
First team foul.
And here's LaVine who brings it up for the Kings. It's up a 3. Rebound by the Bulls. Smith with it. Now Valanciunas defending. The kick out to Ball. Buzelis sets a screen for Ball. Pass to Buzelis. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
How about that finish by Buzelis? The rookie getting it done. Now they're going for the jugular. A few more trips like that, and we might be able to see this one in the books.
LaVine for 3, sinks the three-pointer.
And he just seems to always deliver in the clutch, and he's got it going right now. That's who they want taking the big shot.
They get it back. Sacramento's gone 2 for 3 from beyond the arc to begin overtime. Down low. And it's Valanciunas finishing it off.
And how about Valanciunas?
And here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated. After now reads.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to make a challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. Double checking, and the game continues on.
And in a close game like this, they can really rely on him to take care of business at the line.
Here's Ball. Add that basket to his impressive total. Brings him to 10 for 14.
When he puts it all together, Ball can put on quite a performance.
Now here's LaVine. Pass to Valanciunas. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Ellis, the pass to Valanciunas. It drops.
And he's pretty relentless inside. Valanciunas gets after it down low. It might not always look pretty, but he makes the most of his chances in the paint. Oh, stone cold stuff there from Josh Giddey. Big time shot in the moment.
And here's Levine. Pass to Valanciunas. Ellis outside. He's hit again. Outside for Murray. Here's Valanciunas. Murray, the pass to DeRozan. Back to Murray. DeRozan, a screen on Smith. The deep three from Murray. Oh, wow. Unable to get a shot off in time. And they turn it over. A very unfortunate time there to pick up the shot clock violation. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Yeah, you can't let them hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
This free throw is good, and that will put them up by 2. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 3-point game.
Wow, doing all he can to give them the edge, pulling their lead out to 3 points.
Timeout, Sacramento. What do you think Coach's focus is going to be here?
And if you can get a 3, shoot it. Otherwise, get the quick 2 and a foul.
Yeah, time is the enemy at this point. So I think I'd go for the tie and avoid playing the foul game.
Murray, a screen on Ball. Oh, wow, a huge basket to tie the game.
He's found his rhythm from deep, and you can see the confidence.
And, of course, it helps space the floor, which gives this offense more room to operate.
Here's Ball. Oh, no good there. The potential game winner off the mark. And as we play into another overtime, the tension continues to build. Both teams refusing to quit. Here we go. On the wing, Giddey. Started by Levine, and Giddey gets it to go.
Well, Giddey loves to finish strong inside, and he knows how to take advantage of his size.
Valanciunas with a screen on Ball. The deep three from Levine. It's rebounded by Giddey.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Turning on the Jets in transition. Ball, excellent job at getting to the right spots in these situations.
Levine for 3. Score the basket. His 8th. 8 for 13 from the floor.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
He's just riding the wave of momentum right now, getting to his spots and keeping things simple on the offensive side.
Here's Giddey. Casson and Smith with the assist that time. Giddey's got 6 here in this quarter.
It's been like this all night for both teams. The offenses having their way.
Yeah, but I think it's going to come down to who can get the stops down the stretch, because that's who's going to come away with this one.
Murray, a screen on Ball. And Levine throws it down.
We see this time and time again from Levine. He has the ability to put the offense on his shoulders.
Bruzelis.
And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that ball? Giddey against Ellis. Inside. And the dunk by Valanciunas.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And you can feel the jolt of energy that he sent through his team. That is a huge boost in a tight game like this.
This kid, Bruzelis, loves these types of situations. He wants to be the guy they go to in the big moments.
And the call will be against Lonzo Ball. That's his first foul. And looks like the illegal kick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
And that is an absolute heartbreaker of a turnover. In a close game like this, that might be enough to impact how it ends.
Chicago has gone 5 of 9 when they put up the three-point shot tonight. Here's Giddey. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. It's on Zach LaVine.
Just couldn't be denied there. Giddey was willing to fight to get that one to fall.
And Zarellas will bring it up for the Sacramento Kings. There's the three. Vucevic with the rebound.
And even without that three ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Vucevic, no one around him. His three-pointers off the mark. Here's Sacramento. It's a 5-point game. Smith fires from way outside. The Bulls with another miss.
No time to waste on this possession.
Clock working against them right now.
Up again. It's in. What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
And, folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Ball. Money.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
If you want to be great, you have to have that killer instinct.
Here's LaVine. Money.
Ooh, the one-hand tomahawk, guys. Somebody's going to get their feelings hurt.
Yeah, they got the entire bench up right there as they saw that and out of their chairs. And so the big win by Chicago in a tight game.
That's the end of the game.
A double overtime game can really take its toll on the players, and after this one, the officials, the fans,
Cool.